There are really two ways of opening a file, fopen and open. But which is faster? Well, let's look at the difference. First, let's look at open. So when we call open, what it might do is it'll just do a syscall. It will just tell the kernel that we want to open a file. Whereas for fopen, it will do a syscall and a heap allocation for the size of the file, which is actually hidden to the user, and BUFSIZ. Now, what is BUFSIZ here, and why does it need to allocate BUFSIZ? As we know, fopen, the std.io functions, use something called buffering. So when you use multiple fread calls, this might be what's actually happening. When you do an fread call for the first time, it will do a syscall to read, and it will read that into the buffer, the internal buffer that we malloced here, and it will copy what we need to the destination. And the reason we do that is in the second fread call, instead of another syscall, what we can do is check the internal buffer if we have any characters left. If we do, then we can do a mem copy, and the advantage of buffering is if we don't have any left, we can avoid the syscall. So open will do just a syscall, but fopen will do a hidden allocation. Buffering is actually good, but with open you can declare a buffer on the stack, or you just do a stat for the file to get the size of the file and just read that amount. Although there are some considerations with stat, because if we look at, let me include sysstat here. If we look at stat, the structure of stat, it's actually a pretty huge structure. I believe in my system it's around 144 bytes, which would probably make stat slower for small files. And there's also the syscall,